My name is Chris Gazaleh. I'm a Palestinian-American visual and vocal artist. I am from San Francisco, and I make art to educate, inspire, and basically create change in the society that I live in. I was born in San Francisco. My mother is born and raised in San Francisco. My father came from Detroit, Michigan. My mother's mom's father had some connections in San Francisco and with other Palestinians, so that's why my family came to San Francisco. They were able to kind of get on their feet, find a place to live. They didn't know the language, but they eventually just found a little store and started working. Just growing up, walking through San Francisco, taking the bus, seeing the murals that were already here, that were already present, and having like that kind of vibrant culture around was very inspirational in terms of like what can I do with my art? I know I don't want to just do one thing. When I was at SF State in about 2008, we put up the Edward Said mural. It's a Palestinian cultural mural. And I was on the mural committee, but that kind of pushed me one more step to take muralism more serious. I would say more so of my early hurdles as an artist was like kind of growing up in a working middle class family and not really having all the resources to say, oh, I'm gonna pursue art, I'm gonna be an artist. My grandparents all had grocery stores, and my father had a pizza shop.
My name is SPIRO HANHAN. So we're here at Samir Amis. I'm here usually, 5-6 days a week. A Middle Eastern grocery store in the Mission District. Chris is actually related to the original owner of this store. So we know him by, he's always coming by the store. He's an artist in San Francisco. His artwork really focuses on advocating for Palestinian freedom.
I would describe my work as, first of all, Palestinian American art. That's kind of like my identity, so that's what I do. But it's also inspired by history, inspired by my culture, whether it's the language, the Arabic language, whether it's the landscapes. I like to draw a lot of landscapes and show the beauty of our land. I'm inspired by my people and their history, but also humanity in general, connecting everyone. So I think just by caring for your own culture and caring to tell a story, you're also opening it up for other people to feel comfortable doing that.
I mean, his artwork is all over this community. It's so empowering that the way he does it, not for money, not for anything like that, but just for the neighborhoods, for us, to bring everyone together. It's not about getting paid. It's not about having a job. He's always telling me, rent's so high, but it's not about the money. It's just about he just wants to get by and help the community.
The imagery that I use in my art is very straightforward. In my work, I'll describe it as unapologetically Palestinian, which means we support our resistance. We support a human struggle for freedom and liberation. There's no excuse. You can't expect people to be submissive when you have your boot on their neck, for years and years. So we have to be unapologetic. That's the only way people will understand what the situation is. All types of people have given me a lot of positive, feedback and told me that I'm inspirational, to them, and so it makes me feel very good. It makes me feel like I have a place, like I'm doing the right thing. And but also, I've had some negative, but that's really not too much, honestly, to pay attention to, because it's kind of like censorship. The way I see when Zionists, when they attack my work, it's really just they're trying to censor my work. They're trying to censor the message, and they don't want that message. They don't want people to humanize Palestinians or see our struggle as a human struggle. I just kept fixing my work, you know, just kept going back and fixing it and trying my best to just keep it alive. You know, the people in Gaza are starving without food and, you know, they're being bombed. So this is nothing, you know, this is like a walk in the park, you know. The genocide didn't start on October 7th, right? The genocide started in actually like 1940s. And 1948 was the first major ethnic cleansing in Palestine. About 700 to 850,000 Palestinians were forcibly removed from their homes. Villages, some completely destroyed. 531 towns, villages, cities were depopulated, systematically depopulated. So, you know, the Israelis called it Plan Dalet. We call it the Nakba, right? So the Nakba was a historic catastrophe. That's why I'm here, because my grandmother lost, they lost all their land. We had an orange orchard, they lost it. You know, my dad's side of the family, both sides of my family, my grandfather who came to San Francisco was almost killed by that present day IDF. You know, they lived in danger. My grandmother had a bomb thrown next to her window. You know, they had to go in hiding for weeks, and then they ended up saying, oh, okay, we're gonna leave. But that's exactly what, you know, Israel wanted us to do. They wanted Palestinians to leave, you know, and if we had any type of out, then we would have to leave. I kind of see myself as just someone to like bring a message to folks and to keep a certain image. Like I like to portray in my art, I like to create images of Arab people and Palestinian people, and in a way debunking stereotypes, but at the same time representing our culture from our perspective, and, you know, and also by doing that, kind of creating history, you know, kind of like documenting and you know, setting our culture in stone. Art brings out emotions, art brings out feelings. These things connect us. When we lose feeling or being able to connect with other people, we lose ourselves. And to me, that's like so important, so critical. Then we lack that, I think, to a certain extent here in the United States. We're not ready to talk about real history. We're not ready to talk about what this country has done, you know, genocide and slavery. Those things are still not even like really, they're not really even revealed yet. The extent of what happened. It's very much been covered up and put on the low. And those are things that still need to be talked about and learned. So public art is one way that we can do that. Muralism and art is one way we can educate. And yeah, it's gonna be uncomfortable for some people, but it's what's needed, so.